Hello, hello, my hey, I got something to say, people. And I am so excited to bring on Dr. Lori Mann because we met through Prop Up Tuesday. Shout out to Tawanda Livingston.
Well,
I am so thrilled you're here. I would have never met you if it wasn't for Prop Up Tuesday. Do you realize you were my first name ever that I picked out of it?
OMG. I'm so excited and so thrilled to be the first. And I am grateful for LinkedIn. And I am grateful for Twanda who nominated me. So I am happy to be here. Hello, everyone.
I mean, there must be a reason because look at this first jar and your name came out first.
Oh my God. Well, I think it's because that was a divine wink. I call them God winks. And God knew that I had this event coming up this weekend and I needed to tell people about it. And
Oh.
he also knew that I needed to meet you because you're fabulous and I'm fabulous. So why not?
So the people from Prop Up Tuesday keep saying the same thing that I haven't heard for a while. Light attracts light. And I'm like,
Yes.
that's so true. That's so true.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, we got a lot to get into, and I got a lot of questions. We're not going to get to them all. I'm sure Dr. Lori will let you reach out to her, but let me just tell you a little bit about Dr. Lori. Dr. Lori A. Mans is an award-winning business coach, marketing expert, sales trainer who works with purpose-driven entrepreneurs. Do you know any of them? And small business owners to help them elevate their brands, get more dream clients, hallelujah, and increase income. In a word, Lori is a trailblazer who has excelled in the corporate arena, small business, and philanthropy. Now you know why we picked her. Dr. Lori is the president of Quality Media Consulting Group, a business consultancy firm specializing in media, marketing, and sales solutions for optimal business growth and success. Yay, Lori. All right,
Yeah.
now, you ready for the one thing that you wanted to say to women and men around the world that support us?
Yeah.
Build your personal and professional confidence so that it will help you achieve your goals both in life and in your career or business. Okay, of everything you could have picked, Dr. Lori, why'd you pick that one?
Oh my goodness. I forgot I said that, but here's the thing. Confidence is the one thing that you need in order to really be courageous and be full of resilience and be full of determination, right? So I think you need all of that in life. And I know you need that in business. So confident people tend to move differently. Confident people sometimes even get pegged as cocky people, but there is a difference between confident and cocky. When you're confident, you're assured of your skill set, you're assured of your expertise, and you're assured of what you bring to the table. And therefore, you're able to charge the pricing that you need to charge to yield a profit so that you're not working for peanuts, right? And so I think confidence is something that if you nurture that confidence muscle within yourself, not only will you be a better person in life and you'll be able to, give more to those that you love, but you'll be able to also give more to those clients and your target audience who follows you, who need what you have to offer because you can confidently serve them in a way that's going to benefit them. So, confidence is essential.
Okay, well, we're going to have to just dive right into my first question, which I got multiple times over and over and over again. So we'll just name this one fake name. We'll call her Sally Bell, and we'll let Sally Bell speak for a lot of people.
Okay.
Ready? Here we go. Dr. Lori, when I was working for a Fortune 500 company, I had no problem asking for money. Wasn't my company. This is what we charged. I'm good. But now I'm out on my own. And she keeps saying ching, 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 ching. I have a tough time saying this is what I charge. I mean, I know I'm worth it. I've been doing this for 30 some years. And wait, she says those young whippersnappers charge way more than me. And they've only been going at it. I
For
love them.
like for like 5 months or 5 years
Yeah.
even.
And I
And
got the
they're
wisdom, but I don't know how to build that confidence muscle. I love this woman. Please help, Sally
oh
Bell.
my goodness. I love this question. I love it. So that's why I think that's why I said something about confidence when you asked me the one thing. Because I always like to tell the story of when I first started my business about a year. I was about a year and a half in, and I had applied through the federal government to get federal contracts. And, it's a long process you go through, you do all that rigmarole. I did it. And I got my first contract, but it was by happenstance. Like they sent me an email and it went to my spam junk folder. And so I never saw it. And the hiring procurement manager, they were impressed with my application that I dotted every I, crossed every T. And she calls me and she says, well, we're doing interviews um, on Thursday, and you didn't respond to the email. Do you not want to be considered for the contract? I was like, yeah, I never got the email. And so the thing about it was you were supposed to put together another presentation to be able to qualify for the meeting.
I got you.
And so the meeting was like 2 days away. And I said, well, let me tell you this. I can't put together a presentation like I would if I had known ahead of time. But what I can tell you is that I will bring a synopsis of my presentation and I will sell you and anybody else in the room. Just let me be the last person that you interview. And so she said, okay, great. So I was the last person. I got hired on the spot. And I got hired on the spot because I was very confident that I could do the job. I bid it because I knew I could do the job. And there was only like about 1 to 10% that I was like, maybe I'm not sure if I can pull that one off, but I'll figure it out. But I knew about 90% that I could,
Yeah.
do a slam dunk for this contract. And so I went in there and I sold it. And I sold the result that I thought they wanted, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then I sold me, right? So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to sell the result that you think your target audience needs, and then you're going to sell yourself, okay? And so I teach my clients this all the time because if you can help a person get to the number one result that they want, then either they hire you or they hire the next person. They're going to hire somebody. So why not you? And so when you sell the result first, that helps them to see the future. Like they see what it could be if they got that result, right? And
Yeah.
then they see you coming alongside them with them achieving that result. So if you're their person and you're the person that they think can help them to achieve that result the best, then they're going to hire you. But if you're not confident, right?
Mhm.
If you're not confident in your pricing, you're not confident in the results you bring, you're not confident in your process, your systems, any of that stuff. If you act a little apprehensive about any of it, you will not get the deal. You will not get the contract. And like I said, I use that example in the story about the first government contract I ever got. And I held that contract for 4 years, by the way. Um, and it was about 10%, like I said, that I really wasn't sure that I could pull off. But I didn't
Yeah.
tell them that. I didn't let them know. I acted like I was the best thing since sliced bread. And they bought it. I got the contract and I had it for
Yeah.
4 years.
Yeah.
Right. And so what I use that story for is to let people know that you need confidence. But even in my confidence in getting hired on the spot, I still had a little imposter syndrome in the back of my mind because I was thinking, I don't know what to charge these people. I don't want to charge too much. I don't want to overbid. I don't want to underbid. It was my first
Yeah.
contract. And
Yeah.
so I asked the procurement officer, I said, I don't know what to bid. And I said, I'm not, I'm really worried about underbidding. Um, and so she said, well, so far you're not overbidding.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah. So I was like, well, that's good. And so I was like, then I threw out a number that I thought, was a little bit higher than the first number. So she's like, okay, fine. We'll get that written up and the contract be on its way. And my heart sank and I was like, oh,
Right.
I didn't
Yeah.
charge enough,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
you know? I was happy, but then I was sad. I was like, oh my gosh, she agreed so quickly. And when she gave me the clues, well, you're not overbidding. You can charge more if you want to. So then I gave another number. And I guess she was like, look, lady, I'm not going to keep telling you. You can charge. So I charged a little bit more and
Yeah.
they got more than their money's worth.
Yeah.
And so that was my learning lesson. And so now, you know, I get those state, local, government, federal contracts, and I am typically one of the highest bidders now. And I know I am because I don't go in cheap anymore. And I didn't think I was cheap then, but
I
you
get
know,
it.
I was. So it's the confidence muscle. You have to build it up.
Yeah. Why did you ask to go to last?
Well, asked to go last because I want to be the last person that you remember,
Yeah.
right? And I don't care who went before me, I'm going to outshine them. I'm going to outperform them. And I want to be the last person you remember.
Yeah. Yeah.
So whenever I'm pitching live, I always want to be last.
I'm with you. Way to
Yeah.
go. You know what's funny? They always say, women, they could have 4 of the 5 qualities and they go, "Oh, I'm not right for the job." Guys have 1 of the 5 qualities and they
Yeah.
think, "I got this down." You just
Right.
didn't have 10%.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that was a lot. All right, let's like I knew I was gonna like you. All right. So let's go into the next big, big question. I'm trying to get my top 3 in here. And that is, okay, Dr. Lori, I feel like I was pretty confident when I was younger. I mean, I had the world, but now I'm in my 50s and I have to admit, I have some of those thoughts. Hmm, am I too old? I don't look the same. I'm never going to look the same. There's so many others doing what I did. I already did that. That's getting old. How do I stop those noises? I want to bring back my confidence. This we'll call her
Mm.
Betty Boop.
Okay. So I'm going to share an acronym that I typically only share with my clients, and it's called SOAR.
Okay.
Okay. So we're going to go with S. And the first thing you have to do is silence the inner critic and the external critics. Okay. I want you to silence the noise, shut it down. Okay. The reason you need to silence that inner critic is because those mind gremlins are going to tell you all kind of BS that's not true. Okay. They're going to say you're too old, you're too um, young, you're too this, you're too that, whatever it is, your subconscious is going to really try to mess you up, right? Because we have something that is called social media, and we're out here comparing ourselves to everybody's highlight reel, right? Because everybody is showing their highlight reel on social media. Most people don't show all the crap that they go through. Every now and then some people get vulnerable and show that kind of stuff, but most people don't. So social media messes everything up for us, and we think, oh, everybody else is having such a great, glorious life, and ours is over here, sucking,
Wow.
whatever. So, we all have challenges. We all have, doubts and fears, and we all have stuff we need to overcome and deal with. So, silence the inner critic and then silence the external critics. Any people you have in your life who are negative and who are not supportive of what you're trying to accomplish, shut them down or just limit your communication with them. So, the first thing you have to do is silence the inner and outer critics. And then
Okay.
the next thing you have to do is the O in SOAR, which is optimize. What are you optimizing? You're optimizing opportunities. Your oppor- your opportunities are those challenges, um, those things. I'm sorry, not challenges, but those opportunities that come to you sometimes as challenges to teach you, right? And so you're optimizing opportunities to learn from the challenges that you have. You're optimizing sales conversations that you have with your prospects. You're optimizing your offers, right? Everything that you have that you're selling, you're getting that out there more. You're optimizing your opportunity to meet new people, get out there and go to events, whether they're online or offline. You got to optimize everything. So you're optimizing opportunities. Okay. That's the O. And then the A is for accept responsibility, that no one is coming to save you. Accept responsibility that you got to do this thing on your own, right? And you got to make things happen. You got to take action. So accept responsibility and act.
Mm.
Act every day. Do something, do an action prompt. Put your action. You should see my office. There's like stickies all over here because these are action prompts to remind me of things that I have to do every single day, right? So accept responsibility and take action and have your action prompts wherever you need to have them to remind you of the things that you have to do every single day to excel and to succeed. And then the R is revenue. Revenue. Realize that revenue generating activities are the things that are going to push you forward, right? Revenue generating activities are the things that you got to do to make money. If you're spending your days doing 80% of, admin work and only 20% of trying to make money, you got to flip flop that. You got to focus on what's going to bring in the money, what's going to bring in the results for my business. And so when you start focusing on the things that are going to bring you money, your confidence goes up, your cash flow goes up, and you feel better. When you feel better, you look better, and
Yeah.
things are just going to be, a whole lot better then. So focus on SOAR.
I
That's
like
that's
it.
my advice to her.
Yeah, I like that. I remember years ago, one of my mentors said to me, cool, 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 Sandy. I love what you're doing, but is this a hobby or is this a business? Just let me in. Which one we going with? Is it a hobby? I'm cool. It's a hobby. But if it's a business, I want to see some money. I'm like, you know what?
Right,
He was so right. He was so right.
right,
Otherwise,
right,
keep it as your hobby. I get it.
right. But you don't have to make money if it's a hobby.
That's right.
But
Have a
if it's
hobby.
a business, you got to have some profit because the IRS, Uncle Sam has got this thing about making money in America in order to call yourself a business.
Oh my God. All right, let's just make sure we get this one in. This is my last question. Then we got other things. And it's going fast. I knew it would. This young lady said, I know it's important to keep myself educated. I'm constantly taking courses, leadership courses, tech courses, but somehow she's in her late 50s. I still feel way behind the young people. I'm getting a lot about the young people. I just can't keep up with the technology and the AI. What should I do? I feel like I won't make it on my own in business unless I get a grip on this.
I can relate to the whole technology thing. That's why I keep smart people around me who know technology.
I'm with you. I got a lot of those young whippersnappers.
And that's my answer. You don't have to be good at everything. And everything that you're not good at, just keep people around you who are, right? And that's why I talk about building relationships in my business. And the one thing that I know I'm always going to do is have people around me who know things that I don't know and who know how to do things that I don't know how to do. And not only that is I'm going to have a great relationship with them. So when I have to ask them questions about how to do something, they'll tell me. And then when they have to ask me questions about something I know how to do, I'm going to tell them. So we're going to share information and we're going to help each other. And I'm not going to have to pay an arm and a leg to get, a quick answer from somebody. But then when I know I need training in a subject, I don't hesitate to hire a coach or a mentor who knows that better than me. And I just get the information, I get the knowledge because I want to know from the expert, how do you do this better and faster? I'm all about better and faster, right? I don't want to waste time trying to figure something out on my own. If someone else knows how to do it better and faster and they're getting better results than me, I need to save up some money to hire that person, or I need to find somebody who knows that particular industry very, very well and, become referral partners for them, right? So um, she needs to build her network. She needs to build her network with people who know things that she doesn't know. She needs to not attend every online course. You attend the things, whether they're online events or in person events. You look at the agenda, you look at the speakers, you look at the topics, and then you say, oh, that's something I need. Like, for example, technology is a topic that we're covering at my event this week, the Trailblazer Business Summit. It's time well spent. It's going to be live stream and it's going to be live here in Atlanta. So you can join from anywhere. We're going to be talking about artificial intelligence. We're going to be talking about technology. We're going to be talking about a lot of topics. So you have to look at every event that you go to. What's the topics? What's the subject matter? Who are the subject matter experts? And how can you magnetize those people to you and to your network? What can you give them? What can you offer them? What are you an expert in? And then offer that, before you ask for something. Have something to offer. But the key thing is build your network and increase your relationships so that they're strong.
I'm with you. I have a village. Person for that, person for that. I know what I'm
Yeah,
good at, Dr. Lori. I know what I'm good at. All right,
yeah.
let's get this in real quick. So you mentioned building your personal confidence is taking care of your mind, body, and spirit so that you are grounded and solid. They want to know what you do for that.
Oh, so I have affirmations. I do my affirmations every morning. I do them in the mirror. I am a God girl, so I believe in God.
I'm
I
a
read
God
my
girl.
Bible.
Wait, I love that. I'm a God girl.
I read my Bible. Um, and I have quiet time
Mm.
for like in the morning for about 10 to 15 minutes. I just sit in solitude and quiet. Turn the cell phone off, no noise, just sit in silence. Excuse me. And I let peace permeate my
Mhm.
mind. And I try to just center myself. Um, and then I let come whatever comes. I try not to worry about anything in those 10 to 15 minutes. Excuse me. I have
Bless
really
you.
bad allergies. In Georgia, we have something called pollen.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yes, I know.
And it has been triggering my allergies for the last month, and it's horrible.
Yeah.
Um, so I do affirmations. I have my quiet time. I read my Bible, and those are the main three things.
Yeah. I like that.
And I also listen to music. I listen to something that hypes me up. There's a lot. I'm a music lover, so there's all kinds of music that hypes me up and gets me in the mood to go get them. Like, I'm a speaker as well, so before I go on stage, I listen to music that hypes me up.
Yeah.
Um, and before I have a difficult task or whatever, I listen to songs that hype me up. And I just tell myself, my affirmations in the mirror. And it
That's
works.
a lot. Yeah, that's great. So do you have any go-to songs or you're all over the place?
Like I'm all over the place. It could be like what I'm in the mood for. Um, you know, um, God, it could be anybody. I love all kinds of music. So spiritual music. One of my favorite artists for gospel is CC Winans. One of my favorite for just pop is Katy Perry. I also love Kirk Franklin, and I also love um, just gosh, it's so much. I love jazz.
Yeah.
So just about any jazz artists out
I'm like
there.
you. I don't have a go-to. I'm all
Yeah,
over the
I,
place. It depends on that
I'm
day.
just I'm like all over the place when it comes to. I mean, it doesn't. Yeah, I even like country. I like Garth Brooks and Trisha Yearwood. I like, you know, I like pop, I like rap, R&B, like I like everything. And
Yeah.
it just like whatever I'm in the mood for um that day, I just crank it up and just blast it out. So
I'm with you.
just whatever floats your boat, whatever really gets you into a positive mindset and makes you ready to take on the world.
Yeah. I'm with you. All right. Well, thank you so much for being on the show. I'm
Thank
so glad we
you.
met. But before we go, tell us how they can sign up for your event, where they can sign up for your event, and then how else they can reach you, book you for whatever, keynote speaking, coaching, all the good
Uh,
stuff.
All the good stuff. Well, Sandy, can I just say I love you already?
Yay! Light attracts
Because I
light.
like you. Yeah. So thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. So my company website is qualitymediaconsultants.com. That's quality spelled out media, MEDIA, consultants with an S on the end.com. On the events page, you'll see the Trailblazer Business Summit, which is happening April the 26th, 2025, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. If you're watching live stream, you'll be online from 10 to 12 and then from 1 to 3. So it's 2-hour increments on the live stream. And so you can go there and get tickets for the live stream or in person if you can get to the Atlanta area. You can go to the events page on qualitymediaconsultants.com and get tickets. And the promo code that I'm going to give anyone who sees this is Spring 2025. Okay. That saves you 10% on registration. Spring, like it's spring 2025. And you just put that in and you get savings on the live stream as well as the live event. So once again, qualitymediaconsultants.com/events.
Ooh.
Now, to find me online, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm on YouTube. That's it.
That's enough.
So I am Dr. Lori Mans. So @ I am Dr. Lori, Lori Mans, Manns. Now, if you want to book me for anything, send me an email at info@qualitymediaconsultants.com or just reach out to me, send me a DM on any of those social media networks. Send it to me on LinkedIn, Facebook, or Instagram. Just DM me My Instagram is private. I'm about to make it public again, but Instagram is like the wild, wild west, is what I say. So I've had all kinds of things happen on Instagram, but LinkedIn is my jam. I'd love for you to connect with me on LinkedIn because there are some incredible people there, and I've never had a problem with the stalkers and the and the crazy people on LinkedIn. So yeah, just follow me and I'll follow you back and we can connect. And I would just love to meet you online or wherever it is we connect.
Lori, I'm so excited about your event. I think it's going to be the jam. So, guys, make sure you check that out. And again, if you're in Atlanta, you can go live. But before we go, is there anything we didn't get in that you want to tell peeps around the world?
Yeah, I think we got it all in, at least what we had planned to speak about. But the last thing I like to do is I like to just encourage people. If you're an entrepreneur and you're using your gifts, skills, and talents to create a life for yourself, to create income for your family, I want to encourage you to be resilient. Don't give up. And if there's something that's challenging you, find a way. Find a way to get through it. Find a person to help you and find your inner resilience. I wanted to say another word.
Thank you
And
for your
it's
honesty.
yeah, you got to find that inner bad blank
Yeah,
and rock with it, just find a way to get through it and just don't give up because it gets easier as time goes on. And then, I've been in business for 16 years. The first 5 years were difficult. Then 5 to 10 were, better. And then, these last couple of years have been difficult again. So sometimes it'll go like this. Everybody thinks entrepreneurship goes like this or like this, but it's like,
a
it's
roller
this.
coaster. It's a roller.
It's a roller coaster. And those people that tell you that they have just, excelled in business year after year after year after year, and they've never had hard times, or they've never had anything they had to try to figure out, or their income has never dipped, they're lying. Because I don't care if you're a millionaire. I know some people who got to seven
Oh,
figures and they didn't stay there, right? Their income dipped back down because it's difficult. And I know some accidental six-figure entrepreneurs. I'm one. I know some accidental millionaires. Sometimes you get to six figures or seven figures and you're not quite sure like what worked? Why did they buy that? And then you got to figure out what do the
yeah.
people want and give them more of that. So I've had those times when, people bought more of things that I didn't think they would want from me, but I put it out there, they bought it. And that's what I mean when I say accidental. I put it out there and I knew what I was doing, but it wasn't what I thought would be
Yeah,
my bestseller, if that makes sense.
it does.
So just don't stop, don't give up, just keep going and be resilient and tap into your inner bad girl self and you can do it.
Yay! All right,
Yeah.
my hey, I got something to say, people. Dr. Lori Mans and I would really appreciate you sharing, liking it, and rating it. It means the world to us. And until next time, you know what I'm going to say. Toodles, and thanks, Dr. Lori.
Thank you.